In its 11th year, this is GabNet. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Hey, hey everybody, how are ya? This is live from Harlem in New York City, and it's Alex, and it's the Ramble. There she, boy, are you bundled up? That's Lori Thompson. Are you bundled up or what?
Yes, I am bundled right down to the gloves because it was in the 30s here in the beautiful Florida Panhandle. But it was mainly the wind. The winds were 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, but don't you know that we Jews moved to Florida because it's supposed to be warm during the winter?
That's what I thought. What are we going to do? We're disappointing all the Jews.
The temperature here right now, we're recording this at, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, is 34 degrees.
Oh, wow. That's what it felt like here this morning.
Yeah.
So, because of the wind.
Well, for those people who moved to Florida for the better weather, guess again.
Yeah, we moved. That was a factor when we moved. But Mississippi's reasonably warm, but Florida's warm.
Oh, okay. But Mississippi's kind of nice, isn't it?
It is nice most of the time. But see, the thing about places like Mississippi, they do have snow and they do have cold weather several days a year, but they don't have any infrastructure for it. They have no snow plows. They have people when they close.
How did you wind up in Mississippi? I mean, you're all over the place. California, Mississippi. Where else were you?
Iowa.
You went to states that I just drove through.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, Iowa, I went because I'd always wanted to cover a presidential election.
Yeah.
From the ground up, and that was a good move. It was a good station. They were paying better than most people, and that's the same reason I went to Mississippi. It was a statewide network, a lot of outlets, and also they were paying better than most.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it was good, and that's the best thing. I met Ricky, my husband. So that was the best thing. It's weird, Ben. I love the people in Mississippi. They're so warm and sweet for the most part.
Yeah.
But they vote like bobos. I mean, their voting is ridiculous.
It seems once you go below the Mason-Dixon line, idiocy begins.
And like I say, and you meet intelligent people, but as soon as they go into that voting booth, like the idiocy curtain falls down.
I think they have a tendency. Maybe it's not stupidity. Maybe it's trust.
Could be it.
They're willing to trust people they don't even know because they're taking care of the country, and you have to support them.
Yeah.
Okay, and anybody who preaches that is okay by them.
Yeah, well, I think that is probably a component of it. But also, it's such an old boy network. It's alive and well. I mean, they'll vote in the incumbent without asking any questions, without asking if their platform has changed. No questions. If you've been elected.
Yeah, well, if you notice in the Congress and in the Senate, you have a lot of incumbents who've been there for years because they just get reelected just because they're the incumbent.
Exactly. Benny Thompson, good example in Mississippi. Yeah.
But a lot of these people weren't doing the job they should be doing. Their job is to represent their constituency and vote for stuff that betters their constituency.
Yeah.
And that's their main job.
Yeah, and Mississippi politicians do that to a degree because it's like you'll be having a very intelligent conversation with someone from Mississippi, and then all of a sudden you turn to politics, and it all turns to buttermilk, as my dad would say.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, it's kind of weird and ridiculous. Now, your parents, I know that I have been a Democrat all my life. And I've been a Democrat all my life because my parents were.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what were the politics of your parents? Because you're very liberal. Okay.
Yes.
You're very much to the left.
Uh-huh.
What were your parents?
My parents were Republicans, especially my mother. Like she got out in the rain to vote for Richard Nixon. It was the first time she could vote.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad was pretty much a Republican, but ironically, it's when they started making more money that they became Democrats.
That's strange.
Yeah,
Usually,
I
you
know.
make more money, you become a Republican.
Right, but they had warm hearts. They really were empathetic and compassionate people.
Here's what I don't get. Okay, so you vote with your stomach, basically. You vote where your money is coming from. The Republicans have never been the party of the working man.
No,
They've never
not
been
in a long time.
and
Yeah.
most of the people in this country are working people.
Hmm.
Okay, so answer me this: why do then they vote for Republicans?
I don't get it either, Ben. Because their parents. You think
I don't know. It isn't in their best interest. Their best interest is to vote to the left because the left is going to watch out for their jobs, is going to want to get them raises, believes in, unions and things like that, But
Yeah.
I just never got it. Never got it.
Yeah. Well, you hit on a key element, trust. And I think most people right now, or probably a higher level than has ever been, don't trust politicians. Look what people that voted for Donald Trump. He's going to change things. He's a breath of fresh air the first time. And then it just was the same old business as usual.
Well, I mean, I don't, here in New York, we were on to him for years.
Yeah, because he operated in
Well, he was a local joke, is what he was.
Yeah.
You know.
He was a Burger King salesman. He did TV ads for Burger King with Snoop Dogg. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he was a
big
TV personality. I mean, he became a TV personality because, quite frankly, his businesses didn't do that well.
That's what
Okay.
I gathered.
He was, and he acts now like everything he does today is a deal. We're making a deal with Venezuela. We're making a deal with so and so. He was talking about Cuba the other day that he wants to take over Cuba, but he was talking about like he was trying to buy a company or something.
That's his mentality. Well, his book was called The Art of the Deal.
Yeah, but it's the art of the business deal, not the art of the running a country deal.
Right. That's what I think too, but I think he's so stuck in that thought pattern that everything to him is a deal. He's got to.
Yeah, but that's the only way he knows how to operate.
Exactly.
He's not a president who has great skills on politics, on how to get diplomacy. Oh, diplomacy, forget it. Forget it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the ultimate shot of diplomacy on the part of Trump was when he was with those bunch of world leaders and he wanted to get more in the picture, so he pushes them aside. That's Trump in a nutshell right there.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he's trying to operate the way he's always operated. And you're right, diplomacy comes into it. So many other things that politics requires.
Things you have to do. You may not agree with them. You may not want to do them. You may find them boring, whatever. But there's a certain amount of diplomacy that goes on. Part of that is you don't talk to your friendly nations like you hate them.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And he's wondering why nobody wants to come and help him out with the port of the Straits of Hormuz.
Yeah.
The Strait of Hormuz. There's only one strait. The Strait of Hormuz. And the reason is, why should they? What's he done to embrace them?
That's right. It's not like they were afraid of being disinvited to his swell poker game, that he had every week.
Yeah.
He hasn't fostered enough good, positive relationships outside politics.
And sometimes you have to do that. This is other countries you have to deal with.
Right.
You're now a president, and you're a president of the world.
Yeah, you got to get along.
Yeah. Have you heard about the latest he wants to do? He wants to replace the columns on the White House.
Oh, yeah, I heard something in
He
passing.
wants to replace the columns on. I'll repeat that again, folks. He wants to replace the columns on the White House. They're ionic columns, I think they're called.
Yeah.
Their style. He wants to make them more like the columns at Mar-a-Lago.
You can't make this stuff up.
Listen, what he'll do is he'll tear them down before we know he's even started doing it. That's what he did with the East Wing. I mean, it just came right down.
I know. Yeah. It's just so farcical. I think people, it gets to a point where you can't, it hurts to think about. So you just take it as farce and it becomes.
Well, here's the thing. Look, I don't think, and look at what he's done to the White House. He's torn down the East Wing. He's turned the Oval Office into a gold factory. I mean, what he did in the, but he can do what he wants to in the Oval Office. That's his office, okay? But the rest of the place, you've got to ask permission from people.
I know there's some protocol, okay?
There is some protocol.
Yeah, I know with his office, let him, let him decorate it however, whatever gaudy style he wants.
Right.
But our stuff that we're paying for that represents us on a global scale, we'd like to have a little taste.
That's right. And he doesn't. He doesn't have any taste at all.
No, not even in his mouth. I tried to watch the Melania.
I got how many minutes did you get?
About
into
7.
It? Huh?
Yeah, about 7.
Actually, we only made it to 3.
Really?
Yeah.
That's because you have higher standards.
And that's including the credits.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it just is like, what is the point of this movie? Because she produced it, didn't she?
well, you could have made a good movie if you went out and you hired somebody who had no opinion about her, and then just objectively followed her around and then molded a documentary that fit her, what was going on objectively.
Yes.
But in this case, the guy was hired on to do this fluff piece on Melania, and it's really boring, folks. It's just her trying on hats.
That's it. Exactly. That's it.
Yeah.
And most documentaries assume a point of view. They try to be objective.
Do you know how much Amazon bought that for? $80 million. Do you know how much money she got?
$80 million.
$40 million.
I know. It couldn't be because it was because of her acting chops, Ben.
I think that was it. That was it. Nobody else could play that part.
That's right.
They tried to get other people to play the part, but they couldn't get anybody.
It was her or nobody.
Yeah, it was impossible to get anybody that was like Melania because Joan Rivers died.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
Yeah, it was a done deal. But, speaking of movies, the movie Eleanor the Great.
Oh, I love that film.
Yeah, I knew you did. Charlotte Johansson directed it, and the woman, June Squibb, is on Broadway right now.
She's on Broadway right now.
Yeah, Marjorie Prime.
And she's like 84, I think.
Yeah. And
84 on Broadway, folks.
Was she an actress before this?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. She'd been around for a while. Nobody paid attention because she was a young actress. Oh,
Yeah.
But, I mean, she was just, that picture, I never could quite figure out why they didn't nominate that for something. And I think part of the reason is if you're going to get nominated, you got to have money. It's politicking.
Oh, yeah. You got to run for it.
Yeah, you got to run for it. It's like running for president. You run for the Oscar. And that company probably didn't have the money. But, man, that was a great movie. And she did a great job of directing it,
Yeah, and I thought it was just so sweet. And it was real, It didn't steer away.
In case
from
people don't know, it's about June Squibb, who's an old lady. She's in her 90s. She loses her best friend, so she decides to move in with her daughter in New York.
Right.
and she starts lying.
And not, she doesn't intend to lie.
To lie, but
it
she's
just kinda
kind of
happens.
not forced into it, but she's in a situation where she's got to lie about her past. Okay?
Yeah, right.
But somehow that lie becomes very emboldening for a lot of people, and it changes a lot of other people's lives.
Yeah.
And it's a great little movie.
I enjoyed it lots.
Yeah.
And what are some others too that I thought were good? Marty Supreme, I finally watched, and it's an excellent flick.
I didn't like it that much.
I thought you then watched it again and you really liked it.
I don't know why they didn't nominate the guy from Shark Tank for best supporting Kevin O'Leary as best supporting actor. He was really good in it.
Yeah, I just think that show Shark Tank is a national treasure.
Yeah, but he's a natural actor. He's really good.
And plus, it was such a surprise to see him. You expect him to just be stiff, and he wasn't.
And he's not there as the guy from Shark Tank. He's there as a businessman who Marty Supreme wants to have make his ping pong balls or something.
I know. Were they pink?
I just thought it was, I don't know, I was disappointed by it. I expected more.
Did you think it was fawning or cloying or what?
No, I just didn't like it. You know.
Sometimes you just don't.
You know, it just didn't grab me. The picture that won,
One Battle After Another.
One Battle After Another, I thought was an excellent picture.
No, I did not like that at all.
Really? You know what I would say? Go back and watch it a second time.
Okay.
I didn't know how I felt about it the first time. Then I watched it a second time and I went, yeah, this is good.
Okay.
But I like Sinners just as well.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of Sinners.
Oh, Sinners is a great movie.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
Well, and it actually played our local theater. You know, so many go straight to streaming. But the One Battle After Another, I'll watch it again. Because
Just give it another try. Because I found when I watched it the first time, I went, eh. And then I watched it the second time because I knew what was going to happen. I suddenly was paying attention to the direction and the acting and things like that. Sometimes the first time with a picture like that, your immediate response, your immediate visceral response is, what the fuck is this all about?
That's pretty much what I thought.
And you got to stick with it to the end. But it's kind of a fable, and I thought that Sean Penn deserved the Academy Award. He was just terrific.
And his was an odd role too. I mean, it was, and you didn't even realize it was Sean Penn until a few minutes into his performance.
Yeah, but no, he was very good, very good. You know?
Well, and the Oscars the other night, did you hear Javier Bardem says Palestine? He gave a shout out to Palestine.
Yeah, free Palestine. Yeah. Well, that was about the only political moment of the night, though. Nobody else tended to get political. And I think it's important at this time that we start speaking out and being a little more proactive.
Yes.
And so when somebody does that, I appreciate it. You know?
Same here. And my friend is Palestinian, from high school.
Yeah.
My best friends. And so she and I text a lot. So I text her about that, and it was like, hey, you guys just got to just got a shout from Javier Bardem. And she said he has been quite supportive of Palestine over the years. So,
I have too.
Yeah,
if I as a Jew don't support other people who need a home and need a homeland, then I've learned nothing from my being a Jew.
This is true.
Really.
Yeah.
And these people have been wandering around out there in the desert because nobody's helping them. Nobody wants them.
Well, and people took their homes. I mean, Israelis took their homes. Yeah. And it's just, if something had been done to me, i.e., the Holocaust, I think I would so dogmatically avoid doing that to anyone else.
Well, I wasn't against the Jews having a homeland, but I didn't think it should be Palestine. I often felt they should have portioned out a part of Germany and said, this is a Jewish homeland now. in what do you call it? Where?
Germany.
No. Last place that you want to be is in. I forgot what I was going to say. See? That happens to me when I get older. I start talking about something, and then I suddenly go in a side track because I have a secondary thought, and
Right.
then that prevents me from ever getting back to the original thought.
See, now, what I used to do, and I did all my life, but it's not as reliable these days, is I had like a pegboard system for my thoughts. When I would be talking with someone about something and have a secondary thought, it's like I put it on the pegboard so I could go back to it.
Yeah.
Now, the pegboard thoughts disappear a little too readily. So
You can't do that, my friend. You know?
not as reliable as
It's not as reliable. Oh boy. But anyway, we're a little out of sync today, by the way, folks. I'm just noticing because you see me looking to try and do stuff on the computer here to kind of make it better, but there's no way to make it better. So I can't. There we
not
go.
worry about it.
I think I think I resynced it somehow. I did
Well,
something.
I feel synced. Yeah.
Huh?
A feeling of syncedness came over me.
Really sinking. Yes.
What's your colorful, groovy shirt say? It's very
this is the U.S. Open.
Oh, yeah, because your wife's a tennis.
There we go.
I like the tennis culture. I mean, to go to those tournaments is fun.
They have really nice merch.
They do have great merch.
As being not a big sports guy, I just like the merch.
Yeah, exactly. I've always liked Fred Perry shirts, and I had one, but it's like, don't you wish that you could keep a hold of favorite clothing items over the years, but they just disappear. I mean, you got, something.
Mine don't. They're all squished down in a shirt
box
thing, a chest of drawers. The best shirt I think recently was the one from the Live 105
That was
reunion.
cool.
That one. People can see it on my page.
Yeah, that was a cool shirt.
Yeah, and it's a cool shirt, but I don't want to wear it because I don't want to wear it out. I don't know how when you first get the shirts, you go, I love this shirt. And you wear it a lot, and you find that it goes bad.
Yeah, I think you can order ones, or you can order them through that broadcast museum.
Yeah. You can order them.
I believe you can. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe from Live 105, but I think through the broadcast museum.
Yeah, I think.
I really like that place because it's not just things that were on the air, but it's also like equipment. It's very visceral. I mean, you can.
Well, it was set up by. We're talking about the Bay Area Hall of Fame or Bay Area Radio Museum. Okay.
Yeah, in Alameda.
In Alameda, and it's pretty well maintained by like guys who like to get on,
guys with pocket
shortwave and things like that. They got the pocket squares and everything. So the history of radio in San Francisco is not covered as well as it should be.
Yeah, well, in trying to remedy that, I just got Don St. John's book, The Last DJ, I think it's called, and it was free on Kindle Unlimited.
Well, who's it about? The Last DJ.
The last top 40 DJ.
Oh, the last top 40 DJ. Who would that have been?
Him, he claims.
Oh, him?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Don St. John, worked for KFRC.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He does, to his credit, put a lot of history of the stations because he was also an operations manager in his career. And so there is some of that.
Listen, unless the book has me in it, I don't care.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking for you in it, but it's a virtual book. It's
actually, most people. I'm surprised I got as good a reception as I did at that, thing for Live 105, because I was hated, I think, by most of my peers at other radio stations.
Because why?
Because I was competitive, and I was it. Okay, that's for a while there. And they didn't like that because they weren't it.
Right. Well, you were doing something that nobody else was doing.
And nobody else could recreate.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I just got the feeling they hated me.
Well, I don't know that they hated you. I mean, Terry McGovern, He's
No,
always
he sent me a letter or something belittling me.
Terry McGovern.
Yes.
Oh, I thought he would, but he was nice to you in the press. Like, Bennett, would you please hold it down there? You're waking up my listeners, in jest.
Yeah, but I don't remember that one. But I can't remember what it was exactly. But it was something that I said or whatever. And he wrote me this letter just belittling me. And I'm going,
Really?
what did I ever do to Terry McGovern?
Yeah, that doesn't sound like him. I don't know. That surprises me.
Terry McGovern, in case you aren't aware, is he's a mediocre disc jockey that worked in San Francisco. And he was also the voice of I think Scrooge McDuck or something on the Disney DuckTales.
Might have been, yeah.
Yeah.
He was also in Mrs. Doubtfire. He played an audio engineer when Robin Williams was doing a commercial.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to run into him at Stars. We both had the same voiceover agent, and he was always nice to me.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know what happens to these guys sometime. Yeah, I didn't do anything to him.
No, you did not. And that.
And it's so long. It's such a while ago that I can't remember what it was he was actually writing me about. But he disagreed with something I had said, and that rather than just say, "Hey, I disagree with you. Here's why," it was a very demeaning letter. It was just
that's not good.
Yeah. So that's my relationship with Terry McGovern.
Okay, well we'll leave that. We'll leave that topic.
Yeah.
On to more lovely topics.
Yes.
Yeah. Don Bluth he's a good guy.
He's a good guy. Very good guy.
He would never diss anybody.
He was, some of these guys who play nice guys on radio and are just mean when they're not on the air.
Yeah.
Because the thing I always hated about radio was all these people who would suck up to their audience. Good morning, all of you. I hope you're all having a nice day. And they could be a what do you call it? A serial killer listening to you. And he suddenly has found somebody who loves him, and it's like Terry McGovern because he's being so nice. And that's why I was never nice on the air. I didn't want somebody listening to me and saying, "Have a nice day," and they're like a serial killer or they're Donald Trump or whatever.
They could have eaten you for breakfast.
Yeah. Right. And to me, by the way, Donald Trump is a serial killer. So, Well, I mean, how many people has he killed in his name? He gave the order to kill people in Venezuela. He gave the order to kill people in Iran.
Yeah.
And so he's a serial killer.
Yeah. There was a documentary I was watching the other day about a serial killer that was operating in the gay community in the 70s in New York. Did you hear anything about that?
I hadn't something like that.
Yeah, I hadn't heard anything about that, but it was pretty good. Yeah, what happened was people were closeted when people were still closeted, and that way they could, it was kind of hush hush.
You and I met with a serial killer.
Dean. Death Row Dean.
Death Row Dean, yeah. He used to call the show all the time.
Right. And he said, we asked him, well, of course, did you do this? And he said he was doing so many drugs.
No, his answer was, well, you don't get arrested for this kind of thing for tickets. I think was his reply. He would never say whether he did it or didn't do it, but he was accused of killing. Well, he was tried for 4 women. He supposedly killed 5. Mm-hmm. And my attitude was when people would ask me, how can you have this guy on your radio show? And I said, well, he only killed women.
Yeah. He was doing a public service.
Maybe they wouldn't shut up. I don't know.
So he killed 4, got the fifth.
He killed 5 women, I think, in a week. He just went crazy.
He said he was so whacked out of it. he doesn't remember a lot of the details.
Or whether he did it or not.
Right.
So.
Well, that'd be awful, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Not know.
I mean, if you murdered somebody, it'd be nice to know. I mean, it's just,
I mean, how you gonna brag about it?
Well, listen, I don't want my people to get mad at me, so I better bring this pretty much to a close here.
Okay.
And I adore you, my dear, and I love talking to you. And as I've said, I could talk. Maybe we should just do a whole 2 hour and a half with you, and just not even go to the show. You know?
we could do that.
Because we could do that forever. She and I have this synchronicity that really works.
Yes, we do. I like it. In fact, I'm trying to work in a visit to you guys to see
Yeah,
you,
come see
to
us.
hug you in person.
Yeah. Anyway, that's Lori Thompson, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, Lori.
My pleasure.
Now, in its 11th year, this is GabNet. Talk like you've never heard it before.
And there's dear Lori Thompson. We love Lori. We love having her on the program, and we love talking with her. And it's something we've done for years. So it's great to see her. Anyway, hello everybody. How are you? This is Monday. This is Wednesday, and it's time to do a little bit of the ramble. I'm going to try and do a show tomorrow night. I don't know why, but I'm going to try and do a show tomorrow night, even if I have to run like an old interview or something, But anyway, because people go, "Oh, you're doing 2 days a week now." Well, actually, I like doing 2 days a week. I'm exhausted. What can I say? Anyway. We only got a couple of people waiting to be on here, but they're quality people. But you can join us. All you do is you go to gabnet.net, and then there are like 4 columns there or something. And the third column, you go all the way down to the bottom, and it says Alex Bennett. It has a whole bunch of names. Alex Bennett's one of them. You click on that, and that will take you to our. What do you call it? That will take you to our Zoom. That's what I wanted to say. Anyway, I was just looking at this, folks. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. I don't know why it doesn't. It just shows it here. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. All right. Okay. Well, anyway, I won't wear this shirt again. Okay. But anyway, let me see here. Actually, that'll disappear the minute we go to the people that are waiting here. Let me see here. People entered the waiting room. Oh, wait a minute. Where is this? Well, I'll go admit all. Okay. There we go. There we go. And I will then do this as well. And we can... There we go. We got Alan, and we have Kevin. Hello, Alan and Kevin. How are you?
Hello, Alex and Kevin.
Yeah, nobody else wants to deal with me tonight, I guess.
No, I don't blame
them. Yeah. Okay. All right.
So.
Well.
Yep, my nose is running too.
I know. It's just, it's still cold here. You know how cold it is right now? Well, it's 30 degrees now in New York City.
Yeah, well, it's 80 here, so,
Mm-hmm. And you're sniffling.
Yeah.
How's your weather up there in Oregon, Kevin?
Beautiful. It was 75, 80 degrees today.
Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah,
How are gas prices in Oregon?
What's that?
How are gas prices in Oregon?
No, it's funny because I just made a post on that the other day. I said, how come nobody's thanking Mr. Trump for this?
Right.
We moved to Oregon. It dropped about $1.05 a gallon. And now it's back up. I bought some, I guess, about a week ago. And it was over $4 a gallon for diesel.
Diesel's like $7 or $8 a gallon here.
Yeah, well, in my particular case, I don't have a car, so I don't care.
You pay nothing.
But I do have stocks. And today I lost another $5,000.
Yeah, me at least too.
Yes. Yeah.
It's all because of Biden.
That's all because of Biden, right? But how much longer is it going to be before people go, this really sucks? you know. Now, not everybody has. Hello, Jeff. Not everybody has stocks, so they don't complain about that. But they do have cars, and they're complaining about that. In some places, gas prices are up a dollar from what they were.
I was just saying, yep.
They're more than that around here.
Yeah. So,
2 weeks ago, I paid $4 a gallon. The gas station I get gas at is a Valero station near here. Usually has good gas prices. Is at $5.50 a gallon.
No kidding.
Yep, 2 weeks, $1.50 a gallon.
Wow.
$4.78. I take it back. It was $4.78.
Well, that's almost $5. So, yeah.
And are you going to show us some?
You know what's interesting? Look at the taxes.
You have none.
Let me see here. Ethanol and the taxes in federal is 18
cents, is it?
Yeah.
18 cents,
And 4 cents in Oregon for a gallon. And then local is $4, excuse me. And then it's 50 cents.
4 cents a gallon.
Yeah.
It's what? A total of 6.34, 6.34.
Yeah, 63.4.
Yeah.
Per gallon.
And that's ethanol
No, that's just what the tax is on all the fuel.
on all the fuel.
I can't pull that up because I don't know how. I don't know where to look. In California, we pay close to $1 a gallon in gas taxes.
That's the big part. Is it's really
Well, I remember when I lived in California, the one we paid the most in gas prices because of the taxes that they add to it.
Plus, we have a special recipe.
Oh, you have this. We're now the summer blend, right?
Not yet. I think it's coming.
Yeah.
And that will up the price more.
Springtime, they change it to the summer, and then.
Yep.
Then they'll probably raise it again.
Well, I'd ask Jeff what he pays for gas down in Florida, but the fact of the matter is he doesn't know because he doesn't drive.
Wait a minute. He can eat a bean burrito and he would know what gas costs.
Yep.
He doesn't drive. Okay.
But even bean burritos probably cost more now.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Everything costs more.
That's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah.
And I used to be a millionaire, but I'm not anymore. But hopefully, I don't know. You think it'll ever go back? The stocks?
So.
The stock market? It goes up and goes down. It's been overpriced for a year or so. It just shot up.
Yeah, but it's just a little bit much now. Because
he keeps coming up with new things to cause the market to fail.
But does he know what he's doing? Not only to you and me, does he know what he's doing to his party?
No.
I mean, do you really think he's going to win the midterms?
Obviously, he thinks so. So
another one that bailed out. Joe Kent bailed out. So.
Yep.
Who?
I watched Joe Kent.
Oh yeah, that was the guy who Trump appointed.
Yeah.
To what position again? I forget.
What was it?
I don't know.
Intelligent? No, it wasn't intelligence.
Something like. Well, anyway.
Anti-terrorism.
Anti-terrorism, and he just said, "I've had it." This war is ridiculous. So, and he's not a good guy either. He's not the kind of guy you like, or is And he gave up too.
So last night on Jimmy Kimmel, he caught an actual Trump caption, a newscast. Trump, for 50 years or something, the Prime Minister of Ireland comes here to have dinner or whatever with the President of the United States. So Trump's talking.
Well, the not the Prime Minister, I think the diplomat from.
Okay, so
Ireland.
It was a PM.
Huh?
It was the Prime Minister.
Was it the Prime Minister?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
He had a couple of.
But I'm going to get to a point here. It's funny. He says, well, we're happy that you're here and everything. And somebody in the press corps asked him, Mr. Trump, how come the president, they also have a president.
Oh, okay, that's what.
How come the president, doesn't think much of you or something like that? And he said, because he's too stupid or something, some kind of stupid line like that. No, you're the stupid one. The president of Ireland happens to be a woman.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, come on, you know.
I
This
mean,
guy just makes himself look dumber and dumber every minute.
well, he just, I mean, and then he wonders why nobody wants to help him take care of the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah.
I mean, why should they?
The countries he screwed up so much, they can't fire, they don't have a missile that like an ICBM apparently from Iran that'll hit the United States. But they can hit targets around there. And so they're going into Dubai and they're going into other places around them there that are friends of America.
Mm-hmm.
And and they
Yeah, but
want
that's
us
not
to stop bombing them.
but the term they used, okay, was that they were going to be using our what do you call it? The term he was using was that they were a danger to us.
No, they aren't.
And they aren't a danger to us. They haven't got a missile that could get over here.
That's right. That's right.
What were they saying? They were worried that for the Academy Awards that drones might go from there to the West Coast, but I don't even know if that was possible.
I don't think so either. Drones don't fly that far. I mean, a missile, ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missile, would go a lot farther than a drone, and they don't even have that.
I don't think they have ICBMs. They have missiles, but they don't have ICBMs.
You know what I find funny is that Melania didn't win an Academy Award.
Well, she had to be nominated first.
Right, I get it.
That was for beginning.
Somebody that's on Amy's show that I was talking to earlier brought that up, and it was funny. So
yeah,
yeah, she wasn't even nominated.
No, but it's terrible. It's the whole thing's just I just don't know, and I don't know how anybody in their right mind can be for this guy. I mean, at this point, I could see how maybe by mistake, they voted for him in the last election. That I understand. He's a good con man. He managed to con all of you. Then you voted for him, and he didn't do any of the things he said he was going to do.
Oh, I don't know. He's doing some of them. He's going to take away, this is going to affect the South more than anywhere in the country because it's the poorest states, Tennessee, Mississippi, Louisiana, stuff like that. He's going to take away your food stamps and your medical care right after the midterms. And everybody says, no, the Congress has got to vote it in. No, it doesn't. It's already been voted in. It happens January 1st, 2027.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
so I'm okay with that. Those people voted him in. Those are the people that he had in big numbers. Go ahead, take it away from
Well, I'll tell you, I was saying to Lori, since when did the Democrats become the enemy of the working class? They really aren't.
No, of course not.
So
they're pro-union.
Huh?
The Democrats are very pro-union.
Pro-union and so on, yeah. But I mean, I don't know. What do you say? And a lot of people say to me, well, those people down south, they voted for him and they're getting what they deserve.
Yep.
And something, I don't feel that way about it. I feel sorry for them that they were so stupid that they voted for him, that they were so uninformed about politics. You got to remember, most Americans think that when somebody says something and they're running for president, they're going to live up to that. And then they never do. I mean, they really never do.
I think the problem with the South and him getting so many votes from them is the ministers there, the priests say he's a good Catholic or a good Christian, and you should vote for him.
He's not a good Christian. What part of him is a good Christian?
You and I know that. We all know that. But down in the South, they're in the Bible Belt. And I have friends that live in the Bible Belt that vote Democrat, but their minister gets up there, or their priest gets up there and says, vote for Trump. I have friends in Georgia. I have friends in Mississippi. And they're like, no, I'm not gonna vote for Trump. He's a train wreck.
Yeah, but I don't understand why people do that. It makes no sense to me whatsoever.
They're idiots.
Huh?
Because they're idiots.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They are idiots.
They're gonna get what they deserve, unfortunately.
But you say they're going to get what they deserve, and I don't think they deserve it. I think that they. How can I put it? They're just not informed enough. They don't read the newspapers. They don't check out their candidates. They're not. If you're going to be a part of this society, you have to be an active participant. And part of that is, in being an active participant, is that you know the issues and you know the people and you know the candidates, and then you vote with a certain amount of intelligence.
So Mississippi has the lowest rate of people that have graduated from college and stuff. So you assume these people can read.
It doesn't take too much to keep yourself on top of things,
Yeah, well.
So
I mean, I feel bad for the people that are misinformed by him. And excuse me, burped. But I feel sorry. Of course, it's going to hurt the rest of the country. It's not going to just hurt the South. But the rest of the country is better prepared. Hopefully, the stock market doesn't crash.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you and I might be in the unemployment line.
Yep. Well, I am in the unemployment line. What can I say?
I'm not in line, but I've actually never drawn unemployment in my life.
Mm-hmm. You never have done it? I never did it till I was out of work at where do you call it? At Sirius XM. And then I did it because I said, all these years I've been paying into it.
Yes.
I may as well do it. And then I did it, and I got like $400 a week for like 16 weeks, and that was it.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I bet that really helps people who need it.
It does.
But what was it in California? Anybody here collected out in California ever?
Oh, I'm sure they have.
Long time ago.
A long time ago. Yeah.
I don't even think it was that much.
But all the time I had been out of work, at various places, I never collected it. And then I decided when I got why not? It's money that's owed me, so I may as well take it. But then when I saw how little it was, and for how little, I went, oh boy, that really sucks.
My life was high school, college, and a little side job repairing appliances and working on heating and air conditioning, stuff like that. And I was going to go to medical school. But that changed when a friend of mine introduced me to police work, and I found that more interesting.
And you also couldn't stand the sight of blood. Anyway.
That's right. And so, but I was able to get a career out of that and get a retirement out of that. So I never really had an opportunity to apply for it. Would I have applied for it? Maybe, for the same reason you did.
Mm-hmm. Look who's joined us. Tony.
I tell you, I wish, Alex, I really wish they would have. I don't want to say it. He's marching us to war. He's killed how many innocent people, right?
Well, he is a mass murderer. There's no question about it.
I mean, I don't. You know what I'm thinking? What is the? It's almost like you wish they would have. I can't even.
Tony.
He's worse. Shh. Well, let me speak to Alex first because I know you voted for this guy.
No, he didn't vote for Trump.
Phil told me he did.
No. He voted for him the first time.
All right, whatever. I just got to get this. I don't mean to be rude, but I just got to get this out there. No, I blame the Democrats for this because by either run Biden, I would have rather had Biden run Alex, or I hate to say it, They gave us Trump again. The blood is on their hands too. They gave us Trump.
Well,
he only beats a woman, Alex. That's it. He beat Hillary and he beat Harris. He won't beat a man. This country is not ready for a woman president.
I sort of agree with Tony that the Democrats have some responsibility to Trump being president. Biden should have never ran a second time.
No, I agree with you.
And because he handicapped the Democrats.
I agree with you, 100%.
He quit in the middle of a campaign and then said Kamala will take over.
Yes, she did
a good job. But this country's not ready to vote a woman into office.
Yeah.
And so,
I don't mean to be rude, Alan. You know what bothers me? What bothers me is, Alan, is that innocent people are dying because of this.
Yeah, but I wouldn't blame the Democrats because to begin with, she got the nomination because Democratic voters voted for her in primaries around the country.
No, they never primaried her. They just picked her.
They didn't primary her.
No. Joe Biden.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
I'm on the way out the door.
I'm sorry. I just showed
ran for president a couple times.
I told that to my brother too.
I just showed you how stupid I am.
No, my brother said the same thing because they said it was almost like Clooney picked her for us. George fucking Clooney. A horrible actor from The Facts of Life.
No,
had more to say than we did.
He wasn't on The Facts of Life.
Yeah, he was. He played one of the, like a spot actor, whatever they call those guest appearances. He was dating either Tootie or the other dumb fuck, the blonde chick who has it.
Oh, okay.
I tried, oh, God.
I guess I'm uninformed a second time tonight.
Yeah, you didn't miss much, Alex. I was watching these reruns. They're horrible. I don't know how they even got ratings, really.
Well, you know.
You know what bothers me? I'm watching these kids die, these poor young guys. Now they got the Marines. This guy's got blood on his hands. And he's making it like it's a video game, like it's an Atari
Well,
game.
he doesn't have to go fight it.
Get your ass there, that's all. This guy hasn't gotten one fight in his life. I tell you, I knock him on his fucking ass, this guy, Trump.
And he acts like he's so macho. Oh, boy, he's a tough guy, man.
You know how he's macho? He sues people.
You know what he is? He's the most dangerous kind of human being in the world. He's stupid, and that stupidity has led him to this. I mean, how he thinks this is a great idea. And then the best thing was he said, and a president called me, former president called me and said, I wish I had done that. And then every president had their representatives go out to the news groups and news people and say, we didn't talk to him. So who talked to him? Apparently it was like some kind of imaginary president he talked to.
I'm sorry to be so, because I'm really hurt because I just can't, Alex, did you ever see the country like this? I mean, they got duped by this guy.
Well, look, not everybody got duped by this guy. I mean, there were people who voted for Kamala Harris and not in an insignificant number.
I wish they would have voted her in, really.
I mean, I agree with you. The question was, could Biden have beaten Trump is the question, because there had been so much baggage they had put on him. That I don't know if he could have won against Trump.
And you know what I'm trying? I was asking this to my brother over dinner tonight. Let me ask you this question, Alex. I mean, Biden's going to be what? Even though I'm not an ageist, he wasn't looking that good. Do you think he would have said, like, somebody could have got to him and said, listen, just retire. Don't even say you're going to run. Like, what even made him think he was going to?
Well, I think at one point early on, he had said he wasn't going to run for a second term. He was only going to, if I remember correctly, he said he was only going to serve one term.
We had a lot of good.
What he said, but he changed his mind.
That's right.
Yeah.
We had a lot of good Democrats that could have ran if he hadn't ran.
I mean, just think of how history
and probably have beat Trump.
He could have run if he hadn't run.
That's right.
I'm correcting your English.
I was going to tell you.
Sorry.
So I forgot.
And now you're wrong. Okay, good. I'm even now.
I mean, and then he's trying to get all the. My brother's like, turn that TV. I can't take him anymore. How come no one's coming to help us? Because you started a fucking war, loser.
Why should they? Why should they?
Exactly.
That's right.
We got to put our people in harm's way because you had a bad day. And I think that Jared Kushner, his own guy retired, saying, listen, I came with a right mind. There was nothing of imminent danger there. I think Kushner goes over there and is making the decisions for this guy. There must be money in this deal for that family, Kushner.
No,
'Cause
here's look, you know what the whole war is about? It's what it always is about.
Oil.
Oil.
Yeah. He wants his hands on it big time. Well, they're getting something there.
Well, you know, all that oil that he got from Venezuela, you know, that he said that he was going to, lower oil prices here in the United States and so on. Do you know where that money went?
I'm afraid that's
Cuba.
To
China.
No, I think it's in Dubai. Maybe it was,
I know Russia's making out now.
it's either Dubai or it's what do you call it? The other place.
Dubai's an ally. Of
But
ours.
they deposited the money there. Now, who gets to take the money out?
Is it Qatar?
Qatar, yeah.
What?
So we don't have any, it's ridiculous. Who knows where it's going? It's just,
The bottom line is this guy has put this country into massive chaos in all directions. Look at the
15
committees
months
that are
ago.
going on.
the what?
There's nothing getting done because there's committees going on. You got that Mullen guy trying to get put into the Christy Nome's place. You got there's just committees going on everywhere when they should be doing legislation.
This is a guy who's running for
got
the head of
everything
going up for head of Homeland Security.
Yeah,
And if you saw an interview with Mark Mullen
You see that?
a couple of weeks ago, he didn't know the difference between Iran and Iraq.
right.
Get the fuck. And this is.
And then in
we
one
got
second he
retards
said
on
there
Wait a
was
minute,
a
hold
war.
on,
And then
Charlie,
second
hold
he
on.
said there wasn't a war, and then it was like, no, there is a war. Oh, did I say that? Oh, I guess I spoke wrong. Yeah.
Jeez.
You
Then
know,
he tries to pick a fight in Congress.
2 weeks
During a
ago, he
committee
said the war would be
meeting.
over. Yesterday, he said the war will be over in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
just
Now we're
don't
asking for help.
Nobody believes you.
no,
Donald.
no.
And
His
this
latest is
afternoon, he asked for another $220 billion to continue the war today.
Almost like a bait a day.
Congress gave it to him.
No, he asked for it.
Oh, he asked for it. Yeah.
I think they're all about
If Congress
the
was
business.
smart, they'd deny it.
They got it.
Congress is smart.
Yeah.
You know, it's run by Republicans
Well,
for crying
be a
out
committee
loud.
that day for somebody else.
We won't have. We can only hope that when the midterms come up, that we get the Senate and we get the House of Representatives, and then we can stop him.
Yeah, you
He
have
can be stopped.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he wants to pass that Save Whatever Bullshit Act.
Yeah, well, he wants
passport to vote. Go suck my dick.
It's not only that he if he just said show up with a driver's license or something like that. No, driver's license don't count.
No, I don't even. You know what? I
No,
couldn't.
you got to show up with your passport.
Or birth certificate.
He's trying to make it so hard that they don't vote.
Yeah, do you know where your
Do you know
birth
the change
certificate
their
is
name
right
on
now?
their
Can you find it right now?
My mother had it for me.
I know where it is here, but
I don't even know where mine is.
Tony, you were hatched. You don't have a birth certificate.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
She used to hold it. I want to see how much you weighed. I said, not really.
I know where mine is. It's in a safety deposit box.
Yeah, but I mean, it's So I mean that where do that whole thing about having to have your birth certificate and whatever, I mean, I imagine that when I went to get the right to vote and be on the voter rolls, I had to produce some kind of identification.
Probably a driver's license.
Yeah,
I worked the polls in California. That you had to produce information that identifies yourself when you registered. So that's the point where all the registration takes place and your identity is verified. After that, it's just showing up and saying, I'm so-and-so, and and it's all checked before you vote. And if
I
it
mean,
doesn't-
you work the voter thing. You know, you
Yeah.
work the polls. How many people do you think voted illegally?
probably 0.0001, if that.
If that, yeah.
What state was it? I think it was Iowa or Minnesota or somewhere out there. They said they found 13 out of
That was
40
in the
million
news
people
today,
voters.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was on the news today. Yeah.
If anything, I would think you would, by me, Alex, in Queens, by my old junior high school. I even told my cousin Mary, and she works there like Kevin does. I said, you just got to get better machines because if anything, I would say sometimes the machine doesn't take the paper right. I bet you lose more votes like that mechanically.
I've never even had those machines
Nope.
work badly for me. I
Nope.
just
I had a couple where they had to reinsert it.
Well,
Yeah,
in
so-
Queens, they get the secondhand machines.
Yeah. No, but here, all I did was go up. I, did what I had to do, and then I just simply went to the place where you file it and just shoved
Drop
it
it
in,
in a
and
box.
it took it, and that was it.
Because those machines are not connected to the internet because they haven't perfected the security yet. So they're just basically electric pencils. You go up, you touch,
Like the old school
touch, you print, and you put it in the box. Then it goes
Right.
back to the office and it gets counted there.
By
It goes
hand.
through the machine, it reads all the barcodes that you put in there.
Okay.
I've seen it all happen. I've gone, to the adjudication process and everything. When they don't think something's right, they pull it out of the pile and they give it to people that are sitting there and they go over it and verify signatures. I even screwed up one time and
Really?
and I worked the polls and I didn't sign my ballot and they sent it back to me and said, you know what? You need to sign the freaking thing. Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, it could happen, but I don't know where because it's all monitored so closely. And, if there's a crook running it, maybe, but I don't think, you got to go through a background check for that too.
Trump.
But in all my life, I have had certain. I've been one of these people that was suspicious about everything. That comes out of my time in the 60s
I
when
have
we
to see
were
it in front of
we
me.
were considering everything. You remember those
Don't
days?
trust anybody over 30.
Yeah, and I didn't trust anything. But the only thing that I never mistrust was the voting. I just figured that I couldn't see how the voting could get ripped. We could get ripped off. Now, maybe it can happen. And it happened in the South during the, the civil rights days and things like that. When they didn't want blacks voting and they made it difficult for blacks to vote. But that's the closest thing I can remember. In California, I can't remember ever saying, "Hey, how do we know this is an accurate count?"
One of the things that I don't understand is how we had 6 swing states all
They all
vote
went.
for Trump.
That's strange. Yeah, that's a good point. I was thinking that too. The election, Alex, Alan, I was like, wow, my brother's like, he's winning every swing state.
Yeah.
Does that ever happen? Maybe since Reagan, I think.
Well, now with the way that he's trying to rig things with this, Save America vote thing, whatever it's called,
The Save American Act.
Save America Act, he is trying
Yeah.
to,
Yeah, it's a psychological ploy to
voter.
get people to start questioning shit.
yeah, yeah. Terrible, just terrible.
How is history when this is all said and done, Alex? How is he going to be like known? You think down when history writes this, will he be the worst president by far? Not even close.
I don't know if he's going to be the worst, but he is certainly going to be not remembered. I don't think.
I don't.
And I think
now.
I think it's the job of all future people who are going to be here long after all of us are gone to remind people of what went on at this time in our history. If we don't remember it by the fact that we have been affected by it and our whole democracy has been changed as a
I just
result
told my
of
daughter
it.
that the other night when she came over. I said, you got to remember, you're going to be older. We're going to be gone.
Yep.
And the whole generation of this is going to be gone, and you guys are going to be taking over. Remember this, some bitch.
See what I don't get. He's got a son that's
Another one comes
24,
along,
25.
or, you know, he's got
He's got to
brothers, he's
live
got
through all
kids,
this.
he's got several of them. I mean,
Right. Right.
With lots
Gotta
of
live
money.
through all this.
Yeah.
You know, it's not all that, you know, we have to remember this. And the trouble is that we don't remember things. I mean, most people don't remember what it was like during the McCarthy era. It's terrible. It was horrible. It was disgusting. But can I ask people to remember it? No, because most of them are dead
Or weren't born yet.
or weren't born yet, you know.
When was that? In the mid
That was the 50s.
50s. See,
Yeah.
I wasn't born until the end of the
I mean,
50s.
it's just like 9/11. There's a lot of kids that, oh, what was that? Well, let me tell you about it.
Yeah. I mean, that's, you know,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
only 26, 25 years ago.
well,
Sure.
that's a long time.
It is.
I still couldn't believe that when they told me.
But it seems like the memory span nowadays is getting shorter and shorter, and that's another thing that he takes advantage of. The fact
Yep.
that he can stir up the shit, make a big stink, and then move on to something else, and everybody forgets about what happened the other day.
And you know what's not in the news?
Constantly.
Epstein.
Constantly do that, you're gonna mess with somebody's head.
Oh, Epstein's still in the news,
I don't see it.
but not to the extent that he was. I mean, Trump's doing everything he can to throw stuff in the way of Epstein.
I
When
agree.
was the last time you heard anything about what's his name that got killed? The Turning Point dude. When was the last time you heard about that?
And you know
guy?
that thing dropped like out of the. It was like that was like instantaneous almost when he got. Yeah, you never even.
Well,
heard, oh,
you know,
Charlie Kirk killed
I'm
him.
not supposed to say this because he died, but the guy was a scumbag.
He really was, Alex.
Yeah,
That's-
but I mean, the guy that killed him,
He was hate speech.
he's kind of disappeared. You usually hear about the trial or
Yeah.
what's
yeah.
going on. It makes you think that, you know, maybe it didn't happen. Maybe that guy's sitting somewhere in Arizona hanging out with his wife. And she goes up there and does her little.
Well, his wife has played it for all it's worth.
It was real TV.
You know, she's played it for all it's worth. I
She
mean,
reminds me of Tammy Faye.
Yeah,
Remember her
okay.
crying all the time?
what?
Remember Tammy Faye was crying all the time. That other
Well, that's a different story. We're not.
But she's always crying, Kurt. Though.
But
the wife.
oh,
I wonder if it's like fake.
the wife.
Yeah,
No,
my
she's always
Charlie,
doing
my
what I call a phony pant.
My
Yeah, it's
Charlie,
kinda
and
like-
she takes the little tissue and goes like.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly.
I would for an extra $1 million too.
Do you know how much money they made off of his death?
Oh my God.
No, how much?
I think I saw something in the like $1 billion.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Wow.
a lot of money. A lot of money they
He's
made.
pretty quiet right now too.
Yeah. Funny about that, huh?
Yeah, but I mean, I wish you know, people are very short on memory when it comes
Yep.
to things like that.
Yep. Yep. Keep bad news with Donald Trump in the news, and when people go to vote in November, they'll remember to vote against him.
Well, all I'm saying is that you know you've got a problem with Trump that is horrible,
I
and
didn't even think he'd be this bad. He's
What?
worse than I didn't think he'd be this bad in 15 months.
well, you know, I said to Marjorie when he was elected the first time, I woke her up at night and she said, "Well, what happened to the election?" And I said, "Trump won." And she said, "Oh my God, it's going to be terrible." And I said to her, "Look, the great thing about this democracy is nobody can. They only got it for 4 years. They can't ruin too much in 4 years." Well, I was wrong.
He came out of the gate strong, and he hasn't backed off.
Fox News interviewed George W. Bush when Trump got elected, and another fellow Republican, and they said, "What do you think about it?" And he says, "Prepare the world for bad news."
For one time, he
Well, nobody, you know, everybody knew what this guy was like.
Right.
You
George.
know, I mean, he was a game, you know, he was a
Tyrant.
reality show goof.
He's like a tyrant now, though.
Yeah. You know, what's his name? The guy, Mark Burnett, who does Shark Tank and also did The Apprentice. We have Mark Burnett to thank for Donald Trump.
God.
You know,
He was Cuban. I would have took Cuban over him. Well, at least Cuban's got a heart. Trump has no heart for anything.
I don't know. That's probably the next war that we have is in Cuba. You know, Trump wants to take over the state. We already occupy like a third of it or something like that in Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah.
I don't know how big.
No, it is not a third of Cuba.
Okay, smaller than that, but we already occupy part of the island. So.
Well, we already do.
Right.
Yeah, we already do.
I think that'd be a good state, a good country.
Listen, for years, Cuba has tried to get along with us.
Right.
And it's just in the best interest of somebody like a Donald Trump to keep us feeling bad about them. You know.
Think of all the new cars they would end up with.
You know, it's been years. It's been years since Castro was there. You know, he's dead. Been dead for how many years now?
And his brother took over, and I think his brother's
dead. And his brother's dead too. And the current, you know, as those people died, and you know, new people came into office, there was an opportunity for us there to make nice with Cuba, and we didn't. No. Does anybody? I bet nobody remembers this. Anybody remember when Castro took over Cuba?
Sorta.
Sorta.
It was in the 60s, right?
I remember it. Okay. And he came to the United Nations, Castro. And by the way, where did he stay when he was in New York City? He stayed in Harlem. Harlem.
Yes.
Yeah. Hello, Brian Neary. He stayed in Harlem. And he came here. Ed Sullivan had him on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, Fidel Castro's in our audience. And then he stood up and everybody applauded like crazy. Everybody loved Castro at that time. And then all of a sudden, he was terrible. What's a cattail now? That really...
She's getting ready to fart on him.
Castro. I thought you were talking about Castro.
The Castro, yeah. How you doing, Brian?
Good. Just working on my car. Got finished, and I came and I said, "Oh shoot, it's 8:45. What are you doing, dude?"
Ooh. Oh, I gotta show you my butt.
He wants to be pet.
What's the name of the cat again?
Armin.
Armin.
Yeah, his butt was right there, so Armin, yeah.
Well, you think he's not going to like what you just did to him? If you blew in my butt, I suppose I'd feel pretty good about it, you know?
That's what's great about dogs, you know? You and I, we go out, we meet a woman in a bar, we wine and dine and everything, and, you know, whatever, a dog goes up and sniffs another dog's butt and goes, she's for me, I'll take her. You know?
Well, men are the same way, you know.
Sort of, yeah.
So what's up? How's everybody?
Yeah, well, we've just been sitting here griping about Trump.
Is your stereo working okay now?
Yes. Very good.
Did he get it working okay?
Yeah.
Who has a stereo anymore? I don't. I think I still have a stereo sitting around, but I never use it.
I gave all my stereo equipment away. Except the speakers. I have some really high-end Altec Lansing speakers that Steve Fox wants to buy. But I
got this tall speakers.
Yeah, well, and Steve put in his.
Yeah, I know, and he worked. He helped Phil and helped Phil with his girlfriend's setup, and Phil's girlfriend is using my old Techniques turntable.
Really?
I gave it to him for her to set it up. It was like.
I got Steve Fox's old one.
Huh?
I got Steve Fox's old turntable. Sounds great. Because when you listen to albums, you know, I put like, my parents grew me up on Pink Floyd, so I hear Pink Floyd through the system. Sounds so nice and clear, and yeah.
Phil asked me for my Techniques turntable, and he said he wanted it for his girlfriend, and he says it plays fine. He changed the needle. Did he change the turntable?
Did he change? Okay.
I don't really care. It came out of a disco that failed 3 weeks after they opened. probably in the mid.
There's another thing. I'll tell you, you're going to talk about things that kids don't know about today. They don't know about really good sounding audio.
No, not from a record player.
They're very happy with the digital stuff they get, and they're usually getting it like at 128 BPS, and that's it.
Yep.
Not my daughter. She bought a turntable.
She bought a turntable.
Finds them, yeah.
But then you got to buy the records. You got to find the records and stuff.
And records are a little expensive.
Yes,
they are expensive
nowadays. Yeah.
There's one I wanted, and I got that ordered. That was like $70, but I want like Earth, Wind, and Fire. Some like good, some like little R&B stuff. So I gotta find that. But they have like record stores again. They have Rasputin Records. It's all records. They have one in Campbell.
Wow.
So gonna go there.
It's still there.
I have a stack of records that Phil went through once and didn't take most of them, and then he asked me to go through it again because he thought Steve might want some. And so Steve took a couple of them. So if you want, I'll go through them and see what I got. They were given to me, and so I'll just give it to you if you wanted it, Brian.
Yeah, Steve was nice. Steve said, "Go ahead, take two." So I grabbed two of his. So nice.
Well,
I
just
collection.
I got I gave away my LPs when I left California.
Really?
Yeah, I called up a guy who bought them from me for his store, and
should have signed the cover. Alex Bennett live.
No, but I mean, I got a bit of money out of that, But I just didn't want to take all those albums with me because I had thousands.
I'm sure.
Okay, and the only thing that I kept, and it's still in storage, are all my comedy albums. Some of which I imagine are pretty rare.
Like who did you listen to their albums like?
Who did I listen to with albums?
Yeah, that comedy stuff.
Red Skelton.
I mean, I had all the Bill Cosbys and George Carlin, and and I still have them.
You ever hear Chris Rush?
Huh?
You ever hear Chris Rush?
Yes, I knew Chris.
Oh yeah, he's crazy.
He was good.
Is he still around?
I can't tell you.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But I remember. I can't remember his bits anymore, but I do remember Chris Rush, and I did
on a beach with erections. The commercial.
But I did remember that he came on my show a lot. Both.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Yeah, not in San Francisco, in New York. He used to come on a lot.
Yeah, I never heard of him. So yeah, it wasn't San Francisco.
Yeah, that was early on.
You can look him up on YouTube. I know that, but
by the time I got to San Francisco, I can't remember having Chris Rush on my show.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Chris Rush died in January 28th, 2018. He was an American comedian, writer, radio personality.
How old was he when he died?
I don't know. He was born in 46, so not very old.
Oh.
Well, he was old enough.
I'd say he'd be about 80 then, right? Maybe.
Well, yeah, I guess probably so.
I still have one of his albums.
He did stuff in National Lampoon magazine. How about that? I've heard of him. I never knew much about him. He's buried in your neighborhood, Tony, in Forest Hills, Queens.
Oh, I think
Forest Hills, Queens. Yep.
Go see him.
Well, I'm on National Lampoon's Radio Dinner.
Was he Jewish? Because I bet you I know there's a Jewish cemetery up there.
What?
I know there's a Jewish cemetery up there. Houdini's buried in Queens too.
Oh, really?
Well, he was born
he's buried in Ridgewood. I went to his gravesite once. It's near where I go get vegetables, Valentino's. It's near my old high school. He's in the old Jewish section. So when you go where the bus stops, you get off the bus, and as soon as you walk in, they have his whole family thing is right there, the big bus and everything.
I think here's how Alex knew him. Subjects: drug use.
Yeah. And your point is?
No point. Everybody got the point.
I can't believe he was going to be a doctor.
Well, you never did drugs, did you?
Well, me?
No, I'm talking about.
No, I never did.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, me too. Just the doctor's medicine.
I'm talking about the pussy in the corner over here.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay.
You told me never do drugs, Tony. I never did.
You went to Brooklyn Technical High School. You probably guys know where that is.
That's good.
That was me.
He got a degree in 1968 in organic chemistry.
Whoa, here
He
we go.
worked as a molecular biologist
Are
for a
you
while
still on Chris Rush?
in the Brooklyn Jewish Hospital. He might have been
Oh.
Jewish.
He was
Who are
Jewish.
you talking about?
That's a good high school. I'm looking at
Rush.
He say
wow.
What
he's
size
saying
underwear did he
it's a
have?
high school.
Hell, I don't know. I'm looking at Wikipedia.
Did he wear boxers or
Let me
briefs?
get to that.
Boxers or briefs?
does it say he was a comedian?
Yeah, I said that earlier.
A radio personality.
Well, then why are you wasting our time with all this other minutia about his life?
Exactly.
Comedians that influenced Rush: George Carlin, Bob Newhart. Some of these people I never heard of.
Alex Bennett, yeah.
Yeah, your name's right here, Alex Bennett. It says comedians, not people that don't have a comedy. Personal life. He was a supporter of Greenpeace. He was raised in the Catholic faith.
Alex, how did you start when you're starting like radio to get comedians? Like, what was the evolution of that?
Well, when I had Chris Rush on, I had him on in New York, and that was not a time when I had comedians on as my main thing. Okay, then it was like music artists and so on and so forth, and political people like Abby Hoffman and so on. But occasionally I'd have a comedian on. Yeah, yeah. So.
But then when you came live 105 and stuff, there's all comedians. So how did
it just one thing led to another. Before I knew it, I was up to my ass in comedians.
Sometimes they would be on and you can't even tell what's going on. It's so funny.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I think it was that I had Bobby Slayton came on, and then I said that because he knew me and he remembered me from New York, and he wanted to do my show. And then when he came on, I said, "Do you have any other friends who are comedians?" And he named a few, and I said, "Well, tell them to give me a call. Let's put them on." You know, before I knew it, I was up to my ass in comics. Yeah.
I remember you saying about Abby. You said he was probably one of the funniest people. Like quick, he could say something really funny.
Oh, he was one of the funniest people I ever knew. Yeah,
I remember you saying
and that includes all the comics
the
I've
FBI
known.
knew that too, didn't they?
Yeah, well, I mean, he was funny. People didn't realize how funny Abby was.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was amazing. He was amazing.
He was investigated several times by the FBI, I guess, or something like that.
You think?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course. In fact, I
That's
have
probably how your name got in their files too.
My name got in their files because I knew Abby Hoffman.
Right, absolutely.
I think they had him pasted on the wall.
Probably.
Yeah. They also tapped my phone.
Really?
Yeah, because Abby was on the run from the law, and they figured I knew where he was, so they tapped my phone.
The feds would tap everybody's phone that was connected.
Oh, in those days, I made the Richard Nixon's list of 10,000 people that had to be, watched out for.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a wonderful time. I was very proud of that fact. Oddly enough,
I would be too.
But it was quite a time back then too. I mean, when you say America, look at it right now. Look how terrible things are. Yeah, they're horrible. They couldn't be worse, but they have been worse. I remember, when I was hanging out with Abby and those guys, it was not good.
Never say it couldn't be worse with this guy in office.
Well,
but I tell you, I was going to tell you, Alex.
What?
If it was a draft now today, you see how fast the MAGA movement probably would their kids.
Oh, he's talking about a draft.
I'd love to see it because then I'd love to see the MAGA movement, those people who are MAGA parents, see how fast they go against the president.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's a chunk of them that never go. They're never.
That's right.
If he tries to bring back the draft,
bone spurs.
If he tries to bring back the draft, he's lost everybody.
Right.
I mean, but this guy, I think he's trying to lose everybody. Nobody in any rational way could be doing what he's doing and expect that he isn't going to lose.
He's lost his mind. Now he's trying to find it.
Yeah, he has a high idea of himself. Anyway, hey, listen, I hope he doesn't leave office before he can finish that wonderful ballroom. Anyway, Alan, thank you so much, and thank you to Kevin, and thank you to Jeff, and thank you to Tony, and thank you so much to our old friend Brian Neary. Everybody give a big wave goodbye.
Are you
And
doing
I'll,
a show tomorrow night?
oh, yeah, I'll do a show tomorrow night.
Yay!
Okay, all right?
I'll be
Okay,
there.
okay. Everybody, let's say goodbye to them. Okay, there they go, ladies and gentlemen. That's our citizen panel for tonight. And I'll see you again tomorrow night. By the way, Lori, Amy is next with The Intersection, and you can call her on Zoom. Go to our Gabnet page, gabnet.net, bottom of the third row. You'll see her name there. Click on it, and it'll take you to her Zoom. I'll see you again tomorrow night, same time, same station in life. In the meantime, as always, if you see her, of course, tell her I love her, okay? Bye-bye, everybody.